Hello and welcome to the best mods of Starfield, where we attempt to cover pretty much all the best mods that get dropped daily. So many different mods getting thrown at us. I'll try pick some of the more interesting ones and most definitely the best mods for you to give a try on Starfield. And more importantly, keep you in the loop of what's out there. Get anything out of these kind of videos, consider liking and subscribing. Come along for the journey. Let's get into it.
It's only been a week and we have finally got our first Immersive Sabers by Somber X. This mod does a lot more than just add sabers to Starfield. It also adds a complete new perk, Laser Saber Training, which by rank 4 gives you a 100% chance to reflect projectiles while blocking with a laser saber. Immersive Saber will add 3 different types of sabers. First one, here we have the combat tech Polaris. Here we have the Old Earth Photon Saber, which is red. And lastly, we have the Arabon Nova Beam being the green saber. All 3 sabers can be upgraded with being able to add a different blade, either corroding, irradiating, venomous. You can change the laser beam color as well: blue, green, purple, red, and yellow. Handle you can upgrade to advanced, calibrated, and refined. And the really amazing thing about this mod is that these weapons can spawn on enemies, vendors, and with legendary effects, just like other melee weapons. So you can find legendary versions of these different sabers, which is probably my most favorite aspect of this mod, other than just getting sabers, is it gives a huge incentive to go out and explore and try get a better saber. The sabers will be level spawned as well, so as you increase your level, they will be more potent and powerful. The different perks is rank 1 deflection will cost 3 of your star powers while deflecting per shot, and 6 for everything else. Everything else meaning powerful projectiles, heavy snipers, shotgun, etc. Rank 2 will just give a flat increase to the deflection, so that's nothing special. Rank 3, Pacific weapon projectiles no longer stagger, but the outer power stagger will occur, and all projectiles will now cost 3. So what does it mean? So it means when you reach rank 3 in this perk, projectiles deflected using laser saber weapons will no longer cause you to stagger upon impact. This means that you successfully deflect a projectile, your character won't be momentarily stunned or knocked back. So basically just an instant deflection. You won't feel it. The outer power stagger though will still occur. So if you attempt to deflect projectiles without having enough starborn power or power, your character will still experience a staggering effect. This outer power staggering serves as a penalty for trying to use the deflection ability without sufficient powers. And at rank 3, all projectiles now cost 3 power, which means power cost for deflecting any projectile is standardized to 3 power, so no less or no more. This simplifies the cost structure from rank 1, where the power cost varied from the different types of weapons, being automatic, heavy, etc. So you become pretty strong. Good little enhancement. However, at rank 4, you become a true Sith or Jedi Master by being able to deflect all incoming weapons, fire, but it will still cost power. But an amazing mod. We finally get closest thing we have to lightsabers. The mod feels fantastic. It's very well integrated. There is one thing you do need to note though. If your lightsaber disappears, quick select another gun and then go back to your lightsaber, and then it should appear like its normal lightsaber self. That makes sense? So if you go to select your lightsaber, it doesn't display the laser. Select another weapon in your quick select, then go back and select your lightsaber, and it should be there. We'll probably cover this in more details when we look at the Star Wars mod specifically, but this will cover it for now. This next mod has been a staple for a very long time. This mod is called Clean Shipbuilder, and it is by Inquisitor. This is an absolute staple for all you shipbuilders. It removes all the grid lines, removes that whole entire sphere that made it dark. This mod has such a profound effect. It just makes building much more enjoyable, easy to see, and great for taking screenshots of your ship. It adds so much value. Can't recommend this one enough if you're into shipbuilding, and that is the Inquisitor Clean Shipbuilder. Thanks for this one, Inquisitor. It's been such a good staple. One thing that never made sense was how the infirmaries basically did not do anything other than allow you to craft some medical supplies or do some research. Well, now we have a mod called Starvival, Immersive Survival add-on, which enhances the infirmary that in a way that it actually becomes a functional, supply stealing, doctor requiring medical infirmary. So now we can actually walk up to the surgical bed and get healed from all the various ailments, whether it be environmental damage, you need health, whatever it might be. We can now access those services. However, we do need to assign a doctor doctor. In this case, assign Rosie Tanhill from Aquila City, which in my case we don't have. So at the moment, I can't use the surgical bed without Rosie. However, there are two alternatives to getting this infirmary fully functional. One of being having the combat medical trait or background, I should say. If you have this, you do not need a doctor, and we don't need rank 4 medicine. However, if we don't have a doctor or the combat trait, having rank 4 medicine will suffice. So 3 different ways to be able to get this infirmary to function. You have a doctor on board. In this case, we have Rosie Tanhill, or we have combat medic, or we have rank 4. So just to drive that home, that's what you'll need to get this functioning. So if it's not working, consider one of those 3 things first. Now on top of that, we also need to consider our medical supplies. So when we interact with the bed, we lose our arms and we get this personal infirmary menu pop up. You can see here, infirmary supply is 0. Then it lists all the different options that we have. First off, let's get the infirmary supplied. To get the infirmary supplied, we need to make sure we have all the right goods in our ship's cargo. It's not exactly clear what is technically considered medical supplies, but it's basically your bandages, antibiotics, all the different bits and pieces that you need to heal the various ailments. So we're going to go throw some emergency kits in, Heart Plus. So I don't know, I haven't been able to get it working. I have the immobilizer in my ship, and when I try to heal, it still says I do not have the relevant supplies. So let me know if you've got this working, but I know for sure you use antibiotics, trauma packs, emergency kits, med packs, pretty much what you'd use to cure all your ailments on the fly without the infirmary. If you have your ship stacked with that, it should work. The only time this will not work is if you are playing using some of the new gameplay options. Some of these options will prevent this mod from working. So if you're playing on extreme and you're mixing around with the affliction, treatment, and prognosis, that can have some detrimental impacts and prevent the mod from working. Do keep that in mind. However, for the most part, it should be working for everyone. Let me know in the comments if it's working for you. Otherwise, it's a terrific mod. We finally get an infirmary that's functional. I'm sure this mod will continue to expand, but what we got now is an awesome mod that really brings new life into the infirmary hub. And just in case you're not sure and you're new to this game and you're new to Starfield, if you're wondering what the infirmary or where the infirmary hub is, in your ship builder, you'd select, say for example, you'd select the shroud all in one, and then you'd use the arrow keys to go across until you find the infirmary. Now the Teo has infirmary, Shroud has it, Nova, they all have it. So with all that information, that should be able to give you enough to get going and get a good understanding of this mod. Let's keep moving. How would you like to have huge battles anywhere at any time? Well, this next mod called NPC Spawner DangerZone gives you a wide range selection of spawning enemies, allies, bosses, as well as getting NPCs to guard with 3 different choices, not move from the area. So an interesting kind of functionality there for the guard. Then we have raid, where you'll get a few different raids, a few different waves of enemies attacking, which is a really cool function because it kind of acts like a little bit of a mini battle or war, and they'll come in a couple different waves. So nice touch there. So the raid will spawn a few different groups depending on what you select, and they will attack, come in a few different waves. Definitely a lot of fun as it brings the action to you whenever you want, and it's at your fingertips to spawn enemies, allies, and perform some really cool new ways of experiencing battle. Highly recommend this. You can craft these nades, which you just craft from your workbench, and then that will bring up the menu, and then you can select just as normal. Freaking unreal. So you're able to spawn mechs, and then you can quickly throw down another grenade and it brings it up. You can then spawn some hostile enemies, and you can spawn up to 48. Let's spawn 48 dogs. Whoa. They all spawn very close to you. Now, what's nice about this is that you can actually talk to them and click on their role. You can add them into your gang so they'll follow you around, change them to the guard, or make them hostile. You can also go into their inventory. However, I haven't been able to get them to take a different weapon up or anything like that. That might come in the future. And finally, you can also go into miscellaneous and delete them, which will delete them in a moment's notice. Excellent mod, and that is the NPC Spawner by DangerZone. This next mod is very simple, but might just be for you. It has a fair few new selectable character profiles or presets that has been designed by 45KO. Mod's called More Presets, easy to find, and you'll be able to select different new presets from 45 to 56. These have all been customly done by this particular mod creator or this person, and has some very nice, particularly or the female sides. They're quite nice, some of them. So it could be a good option if you're looking to spice it up. One thing that would be cool is if we could use some of these presets to then populate the NPCs in the world, so we could get a preset pack together that actually makes all the NPCs more attractive, because at the moment they're shockers. Looking at all the different presets, I would say 44 is my favorite, and you can only access this when you start a new game or NG Plus, I believe, so keep that in mind. Unless you're on PC, you could use command to access this at any time.
Thank you very much for watching. If you get anything out of this, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Let me know what you think about some of these mods. You can let me know what mods you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything on your mind, just drop it in the comment. Thanks again, and peace.